This is a chicken. These are all chickens. The more you know. They make for very good pets. They're very lovely. They're very friendly, especially if you handle them a lot when they're chicks. Eventually they learn to trust you, and they become very, very handleable. They also produce eggs, which in the current market of 2026 are very expensive. And they're just really easy, simple little creatures to maintain. But there's something particular about this chicken that I'd like to show. Now, I don't know really if you can see her, but she's blind. Chickens can go blind, just like anything else that has eyes. And she wasn't like this a few months ago. I don't know how this happened or why this happened, but yeah, I now have a blind chicken that I very happily named Hennen Keller. Yeah, she has no idea where she is, so she has to figure out where she isn't. So very actively, what she'll do is she'll walk around with her head leaned very far forward in order for her to avoid running into things. She very frequently pecks the ground without the intention of eating, just the intention of trying to figure out where she is. And will end up alone out in the middle of the yard instead of being with all the other chickens. Right now she doesn't even know that she's a few feet up from the ground. She's fine, she does that very frequently. As you can tell by all of the other hens, well, they walk around very intentfully. You can tell that they have something that they're trying to chase after. There's something that they're very interested in at the moment. If you even wave your hand in front of their face, they react to it, and they'll either follow around your hand, or they'll just run away from it. But poor little Hennen Keller here has no idea that my hand is even in front of her face. She can't see anything. I kind of figured something was off because her head is very bulbous compared to the other breed of chicken that we have here. But it doesn't seem to be medically concerning to her. But you do have to be weary with having a blind chicken, and that is, you have to make sure that they're actually in their pen. You have to make sure that they're not completely on their own. She will just run around the yard with no idea that any of the other hens are around. And you have to make sure that she's actually in the hen house, especially if it's cold out at night. You have to make sure that she's actually in the hen house, because half the time she doesn't even find the exit and ends up just sitting outside alone, cold. So very frequently, you have to just make sure that she's all right. Or, another thing that you can do is you can get a helper hen, but it seems as though none of them really care.